Hey, welcome back. It's really good to see you again. I'm Emma.
And I'm Niko. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Can I ask you something? How many times do you say, I think, in one conversation? 10 times? 20? More?
Because here's the thing. If you say I think in every sentence, your ideas start sounding weaker than they actually are.
And that's a problem. Because your ideas are good. They just need the right way to say it.
In our last episode, we talked about level 1, the words you use when you're genuinely unsure. Maybe, I guess, I'm not certain. Today is different. Today is for when you actually have a view. You know what you think. You just don't want to sound too strong or too aggressive.
That's level 2. And this is where most English learners spend most of their time. By the end of this episode, you'll know how to use it well, when to upgrade it, and one thing native speakers do that most learners never learn.
Before we start, in the comments tell us, do you say I think a lot? Like a lot, a lot? Write it down. We'll be reading.
Okay, let's go. So let's start with the basics. What is level 2?
Right. Level 2 is about expressing a neutral personal opinion. Not a guess, not certainty, just your honest view.
The main phrases are, I think, I feel like, in my opinion, to me, from my perspective. I would say.
And the energy here is balanced. It's not weak, it's not strong, it's just your honest opinion stated calmly.
Exactly. I think this restaurant is good. That's fine. That's your opinion. Nothing wrong with that.
So why are we doing a whole episode on it?
Because learners overuse it. That's the real problem. Not the phrase itself, how often it's used.
Okay. So I think is not the enemy.
Not at all. The problem is when every single sentence starts with, I think. Let me show you what that sounds like.
Go ahead.
Okay, imagine someone is talking in a meeting. They say, I think we should launch next month. I think the product is ready. I think the team has done a great job. I think our customers will respond well. I think it's a good idea. 5 sentences, 5 times, I think.
That's a lot.
It is. And here's the thing. When you put I think in front of everything, it weakens everything, even when you're actually confident.
I see. So it's not wrong, it just loses its power.
Exactly. If everything is I think, nothing sounds like a real opinion. It all sounds like guessing.
That's interesting. So the problem isn't the word, it's the repetition.
Right, and a lot of learners use it as a safety phrase, a mental pause button. I think gives you a moment to find your next word. But when you do it 20 times in a conversation, it stops helping you and starts making you sound unsure.
Okay. I actually used to do this. I would say, I think, just to fill the space, to start the sentence while I was still looking for the idea.
Exactly. And here's what native speakers hear when someone does that too often. They don't think, oh, this person is being polite. They think, this person is unsure. This person isn't fully committed to their idea. This person is still deciding.
That's uncomfortable to hear. But it's true.
It is, and that's why it matters. Not because I think is wrong, but because overusing it changes how people see you. Today, we're going to fix that. Now, here's something we talked about in our last episode, stacking. Remember?
Yes, in episode 1, we showed how learners stack uncertainty words together, like, maybe it could possibly be, all in one sentence.
Right. Well, the stacking problem doesn't stop at level 1. It follows you up the ladder.
Oh, really? So what does stacking look like at level 2?
It sounds like this. I think maybe it might work. Or, I guess we should probably go.
I have definitely said that.
Most of us have. And what happens there is you're mixing level 1 and level 2 in the same sentence. You get I think plus maybe plus might. You're layering uncertainty on top of uncertainty.
So instead of sounding balanced, you sound even less sure than level 1.
Exactly. The listener hears, I have no idea what I'm talking about, even if you do. So the first fix is simple. Pick one. Either I think or maybe, not both.
That's a simple rule. I like that.
Simple is good. Here's the practice. Listeners, say this out loud right now. Instead of, I think maybe we should wait, just say, I think we should wait. That's it. Clean, clear.
Try it. It feels more confident, even if your opinion is the same.
Okay, so now let's look at the alternatives, because I think is useful, but it's not your only option.
Right. What are the other level 2 phrases?
Let's go through the main ones. The first one is, I feel like. Now, this sounds similar to I think, but it's different.
How so?
I think is more about logic, more about facts and reasoning. I feel like is more emotional, more about what your gut is telling you.
Can you give an example?
Sure. I think this strategy is risky. That sounds like you've analyzed the situation. I feel like this strategy is risky. That sounds like your gut is telling you something. Same opinion, different energy.
Okay. So I feel like is more personal, more emotional.
Exactly. Use it when you're talking about feelings, team dynamics, or social situations, not so much in formal meetings.
Good to know. What's the next one?
The second phrase, from my perspective. This one is professional. It works really well in meetings, presentations, or any time you want to sound calm and professional.
Like, from my perspective, we need more time. That sounds calm, confident.
Exactly. It signals, I'm not saying this is the only right answer. I'm sharing my view. That's actually a very mature way to communicate.
And what about in my opinion?
In my opinion, is more formal. It works well in writing, an essay, an email, a report. But in everyday conversation, it can sound a little stiff. If you're speaking, from my perspective, will almost always feel more natural.
So save in my opinion for when you're writing. Got it. And the last one?
I would say. And this one, this is what I call the native cheat code.
Oh, I like that. Why cheat code?
Because it works in almost every situation. Formal, informal, meeting, conversation. If you're not sure which phrase to pick, just use I would say. I would say it needs more work. I would say we're on the right track. Clean, professional, confidence.
So if in doubt, I would say.
Exactly. That's your default.
And it still shows confidence. It's not a guess, it's a considered opinion.
Exactly. Listeners, let's do a quick practice. I'll give you a sentence with I think. You replace it with one of the alternatives. Ready?
Ready.
I think the meeting went well. How would you say that differently? Pause for a moment and think.
You could say, from my perspective, the meeting went well. Or, I would say the meeting went well. Both sound natural.
Good. One more. I think we need to change the plan. Try it.
I feel like we need to change the plan. If it's more of a gut feeling, or I would say we need to change the plan if it's more considered. Both work.
See? Same idea, different tone. Now you have options. Okay, now this is the part that most grammar channels never teach, and it's one of the most powerful things you can learn.
What is it?
Sometimes you should drop I think completely. Just remove it.
Really? But doesn't that sound rude or too direct?
That's what most learners think. But actually, if it's obviously your opinion, you don't need to announce it. Here's what I mean. Instead of, I think this is the best option, just say, this is the best option.
That sounds more decisive.
It does, because the context already tells the listener it's your view. You're in a conversation. You're giving your opinion. You don't have to label it every time.
So dropping I think isn't rude. It's confident.
Exactly. Native speakers do this all the time, especially when they want to sound like leaders. In a meeting, we should launch next week. Sounds stronger than, I think we should launch next week. Same words, but completely different energy.
That's actually a big shift. And it's just removing 2 words.
Right, just 2 words. But the difference is real. Listeners, try this at home. Next time you're about to say, I think, pause. Ask yourself, is this obviously my opinion already? If yes, just say it without the I think.
That's a great challenge.
Now let's talk about disagreement. Because level 2 isn't just about sharing your opinion. It's also about pushing back, politely.
And this is something a lot of learners find really hard. They either say nothing or they say too much.
Exactly. So here's the level 2 disagreement ladder. These are soft but clear ways to say you don't agree.
The first one. I'm not sure about that. This is very soft. It doesn't challenge the other person directly. It just creates a little distance.
Then, I don't think that's the best idea. Notice, this is stronger than I'm not sure about that. With I'm not sure, you're expressing doubt. With I don't think that's the best idea, you're actually offering a position. You're saying, I've considered it and I disagree.
So it's a step up. Same politeness, but more direct.
Exactly. And then, I see your point, but this one is really important. And here's why it works so well. When you say, I see your point, you're not just being polite. You're signaling that you actually thought about what they said before responding. And that makes them much more likely to listen to yours.
So it's not just a nice phrase. It's a communication strategy.
Exactly. You acknowledge their thinking. And then you offer an alternative.
And the last one? I'm not convinced. This one is clear and professional. It means you haven't persuaded me yet, but I'm still open.
Notice what we're not using here. We're not saying, I disagree yet. That's level 4. That comes in a later episode. For now, we stay soft but clear.
Let's do a quick practice. Listeners, your coworker says, I think we should delay the project by 2 months. You don't agree. How do you respond using level 2?
Think about it. You could say, I see your point, but from my perspective, 2 months is too long. Or, I'm not convinced a delay is necessary right now. Both are polite, both are clear.
Try saying one of those out loud, right now. It feels different, right?
Before we wrap up, let's take one moment to see the full picture, because this is what the certainty ladder actually looks like in real life.
Same situation, same opinion, 4 different levels.
Your coworker suggests a plan. You're not fully convinced. Here's how you respond at each level.
Level 1. Maybe we should wait. That's a guess, hesitant, easy to ignore.
Level 2. I think we should wait. That's a real opinion. Balanced, polite. This is what we covered today.
Level 3. I'm pretty sure we should wait. That's confidence, more decisive. That's next episode.
Level 4. I'm certain we should wait. That's conviction. Strong. No hesitation at all.
Same words, very different energy. That's the latter.
And now you can feel the difference. 4 levels, 4 completely different impressions. That's the ladder working for you.
Okay, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered today. We learned that I think is not the enemy, but overusing it weakens your English. We looked at the stacking problem, mixing I think with maybe and might all in one sentence.
We learned 4 alternatives. I feel like, from my perspective, in my opinion, and I would say, the native cheat code that works in almost every situation.
We talked about the most powerful move of all, dropping I think completely, when your opinion is already obvious.
And we looked at the level 2 disagreement phrases, how to push back politely without sounding aggressive or weak.
In the next episode, we're moving to level 3, strong opinions. I'm pretty sure, I'm convinced, I strongly believe. That's when English starts to sound like leadership.
Before we go, we just want to say thank you, truly.
We love seeing your English grow. We love making these episodes for you. It really does mean a lot to us.
The fact that you're here, learning, practicing, showing up, that's something to be proud of. Not everyone does that.
You're doing something really good for yourself.
From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for spending this time with us.
Keep practicing. Even a little each day makes a real difference.
Be patient with yourself. Language takes time.
Take care of yourself.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.